Hey, good evening everyone. Welcome back to another late night here on the East Coast. How y'all doing? Hopefully pretty good. Had a long fucking day, I'll tell you that much. I get shit for sleep last night, and then, yeah, long work day, and then here we are. I gotta be up in like 6 hours for work. That's okay. That's fine. Because here we are, having a good time. Potentially. For a bit anyway. Sprain risk, eh? Oh, okay. When you have a sprain risk, it's only when you're... Oh, never mind. It's only higher risk when you're traversing slope ground. Okay, so I kind of... When I first saw this pop up, I thought the new mechanic was saying your sprain risk of walking over encumbered, which I always do. But no, only on slopes. Very cool. Very cool. We're not tired yet. So, what we're probably going to do, little thing I like to do here called harvest the meat. And then while the meat's cooking, you harvest the hides. Because that usually ends up working out for you. This is a chunky rabbit right here. Got a lot of good meats on him. And if we're lucky, 8 hours sleep, yeah, we should end up having all our timing good. So how's everyone else doing tonight? Hopefully pretty good. Hopefully you don't dink up like me the other night and accidentally double click your meat when you're having fun with it and yourself fucking food poisoning. But that's okay. In the game, of course, I'm referring to. Bring it alone dark. Or the long dark, even. Yeah, I love that interaction, honestly. Like, just how that timing, like, works perfectly. Throw one of those guys on. Actually, you can throw in a water as well, if you like. Just another great interaction. It's so crazy how, like, I haven't played this game in so long, but I remember all this. And it's so important, right? Like, when you're playing a game like this, you really need to manage your time. The in-game time, of course, not the time you spend playing it. Although, in some ways, that too, I guess. We have one more, so let's get some more water. But, so it's 20 minutes to melt water, 20 minutes to boil. And it takes 40 minutes to skin a rabbit. So, very convenient. We're about to run out of calories, but that's okay. We're going to bed soon. We'll eat some of our rabbit meat. Actually, let's throw on these guys here. I wonder how long it takes to remove guts. I can't quite remember. 15 minutes, maybe? Yeah. That's how it works out. We want to go to bed soon, because we don't want to be up all night. Believe it or not. It's not so good for you.
Something's making me feel really tired.
Yeah, it's called not sleeping. Turns out, I got the same fun problems myself. Have it. We didn't eat all that fucking deer, did we? Did I put the deer outside? The deer meat?
I'd eat anything right about now.
No, you're actually okay. We will eat a little rabbit, though. So we need enough to survive sleep. We got some more rabbit pelts here. Let's just drop off. New ones. Okay. And then we'll go drop our guts off. Probably over here. Good enough spot for them. I think we'll probably, yeah, rip the other guts out of these rabbits here. We're getting to the point in the game where guts actually matter. They kind of don't for a while, unless you want to set up snare traps and stuff. But as with everything in this game, you want to be, like, 30 steps ahead, right? You want to be thinking, like, a week into the future. And it takes 7 days, I believe, for guts to dry, or to cure. Although that's sort of the same idea. I am going to pop outside, though. Just double check. Did we leave our, we put all our meat out here? Yeah, we did. Okay, all our cooked venison. Nice. I'm wondering if... It's kind of weird cooking it and then leaving it outside. I assume it's going to deteriorate out here, but... Hopefully slower than inside. That's, kind of all you can hope for. We'll keep the rabbit meat on us, though. I like to carry that stuff around. I couldn't tell you whether or not it's better to... OBS at it again? Yeah, OBS just had a bit of a hiccup. Wasn't too crazy. And it was my fault, I should say. Like, OBS is great, but I set it to update, and I forgot. So unfortunately, cook some herbal tea up, shall we? So when I tried to load it to start the stream, I was like, oh. And it's got a good 8 hours sleep. I think you get a bonus for 10, but let's do 8. 0 viewers. We might have 0 viewers. I'm not sure, Zelfus. I mean, you're here, so at least 1. But I'm never too bothered by it. So because this is kind of like our permanent point of rest, I think we leave the bedroll here. Because we're always going to want one here.
I could use a drink.
And then we try and find a second one to take with us. But I noticed a lot of people were offline tonight. So I hope everyone's out having fun. But I'm not expecting people to be here. Say that much. We don't have any more reclaimed wood, unfortunately. I'd like to make another trap. That'll be fine, actually. Never mind. I'll just leave this guy behind. What are we looking at, anyway? Well, the thing is, so I'm curing them, Zelfus. So I'm using the heat of the fire and just the dry winter air to slowly preserve them and turn them into something usable. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Your character doesn't mind sleeping by any of that too much, thankfully. We're at 21 weight. It's a little high for me. Birch bark. Cedar firewood. Are we going to need to start a fire? Probably. Are we going somewhere? Where are we headed? We're off to the dam. Yeah, there will be stuff to burn at the dam. Oh, we're actually full up here. Okay, cool. But yeah, there will be plenty of stuff at the dam to interact with. Got some trouble. I think last night we had a pretty good crowd, but... Oh fuck, I accidentally took my socks off. Much better. We should, like, we have a really good setup going right now. Which is nice. We'll leave the pork and beans behind. We don't need both sewing kits. Crackers are always good to keep. They're just great for an emergency. Papers, again, we're going to be burning stuff. We actually don't have a lot of water, but hopefully that'll suffice. Water purification tablets. I guess this is about as good as we're going to get it. We can always go a little over if we have to. Maybe take some cooked venison with us. That'll be our food for today. I assume we're going to find food there, though, but ideally you eat, like, the fresh stuff first, right? Sounds good. Oh, it's nice and bright, actually. Although if this was me in real life, I'd be raging. But I can't stand it when my eyes go, like the sun's this bright. I feel like I'm always squinting in the light. I don't know why exactly that is, but I personally can't do it. So what's new with you, Zelphus? I was going to hit you up tonight, actually. Because like I said, I was supposed to be on earlier tonight, because Kaylin wasn't home. But, yeah, there's a bunch of shit happened today, so... By the time I got home, got the chores and everything done, it ended up being a little late. Passed out for like an hour. So not ideal. But it is what it is. We need to find somewhere rabbits spawn. So we can try our trap. I swear they used to spawn there. But again, they've redone this episode, so could be somewhere else. We know a whole bunch of them spawn up here by the pond and in this deadfall area. So maybe we head up there, although there's usually wolves there, which is kind of a problem. I was gonna hit you up and see if you wanted to stream anything tonight. Because I am about ready to go to bed. I was like, you know what? I was having a lot of fun last night with Long Dark. So, why not get into it? I gotta say, I really love the new quest system. It's probably the best thing they've added. Where, instead of before it was you had to like try and collect items and improve standing with someone and do all these like fetch quests. Now, like instead of having like an ordered fetch quest, you just have side quests that you can do, and if you do them, you gain new recipes or gain little things, which I think is a lot more organic. Nice. Like I believe to get the deer skin recipe before, we had to like super befriend Trapper. So I don't even remember actually pulling that off. But I think we got one of them. Because we learned rabbit clubs from the old lady, which we actually haven't done. And that's probably because I haven't caught a rabbit with a snare trap yet. We set up a couple, but we, you know, ended up leaving before we had a chance for one to work. I like this little hut. I like it when you find like these little remnants of society and you're like, what the hell happened here? What's this? Oh, it's just a footprint. Oh. Like, I know society, you know, down here collapsed because the calamity, the Aurora Borealis, localized on this small northern Canadian town. That's a wolf. Oh, rabbits, though. Bit unfortunate. We're heading north now. Reserves. The more I play single player, the more I'm afraid that it's gonna ruin me when well, not single player, sorry, the campaign. The more I'm afraid it's gonna ruin me when I finally get back into playing, like, survival again. So I like to play on the hard difficulties in survival. Which is why I jacked them in the campaign as well. But I'm very... What a son of a bitch, eh? I'm very afraid the always know where you are and you're facing on the map is gonna end up ruining me. Now in Milton it's not a problem. I forget what that area is called in survival mode. Something town anyway. But the whole Milton map I know like the back of my hand. Unfortunately, when you get out here, like these maps are really cleverly designed. I like them a lot. This one especially, all the places you want to go. These like giant. I mean, I call them ravines. I don't know necessarily what they're actually called. I guess a valley. But all of these sort of like valleys or ravines or whatever, they're winding and they lead you away from everywhere you want to go, or they take you there in a very roundabout way. So even though I know I want to be heading north, and I want to go sort of parallel the rail tracks, because walking down the rail tracks just gets you attacked by wolves. Hey Origami, how you doing, my man? And no, you're doing fine, bud. Always happy to have you. But the way that, like, just how organic they are, you kind of end up following them. And even though you're like, oh well, it's still mostly straight, but you end up veering off course pretty quickly. So, for instance, right now, I think I'm heading north. But I haven't seen... Well, there's actually, yes, bingo bongo. I've been doing a good job. That's exactly where I want to be. That's the rail track. That's the little hunter cabin thing. Which I'm tempted to pop back up to. Because I kind of remember there being a bedroll there. I did need one. We're going to risk a sprain here. But I want to go down here without dealing with this. I don't remember there being anything at the train car, but they have redone the episode. Possible. There's like a flip train car somewhere down these tracks. But I love that. I love how, even though I mostly know the map, like this one, Forlorn Muskreg, I believe, is the gross one with all the ice everywhere. I don't really know that. I know there's the three exits or whatever. But that's the extent of my knowledge on it. There's like the little farmstead in the southern part, I think. There's a little more there. Well, on the one side anyway. But that one's pretty self-explanatory. Oh, those look like some comfy fucking gloves, actually. I have to check those out in a hot minute. And it looks like I avoided the wolf. Let's see, what are those gloves? Ragged fleece mittens. Now that no, they're pretty shitty. Our ski gloves are much nicer. We're kind of OP for clothing. I made sure to find a lot of the hidden stuff, and we've got like pretty good clothes. And the fact we have a balaclava is insane. Normally I would have 2 shitty hats, but looking pretty good. Remember when we went up north to go ice fishing? I didn't take a balaclava because I don't have one anymore. I'm a man, damn it. I don't need that. But let me tell you, it wasn't for the fact there was shelter. I was walking everywhere with my hands in front of my face. You're always drifting right. Give him a big enough plane, you'll walk in a circle. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I mean, Origami. The maps are so cleverly designed where you're slightly veering in directions. It's ever subtle. So unless you really know the map well, because more so you need to know the layout and the landmarks, then you do need to have a good sense of direction. Although if you do have a really good sense of direction, that'll help. But yeah, no, I really like how this game plays off all that stuff. Let's check in here. Anything cool? Player? A corpse?
This'll come in handy.
Knitted wool cap, Canadian style. Pronounced tooth. Yeah. Hey, I'll take that rifle ammo. Sweet. I like that. Newsprint. I don't think. Do I have any tinder on me? Yes. Always make sure to have some tinder. Sometimes I forget. So I don't actually need this clothing we're picking up. We're going to be taking it with us, though. Is the wolf right outside? Sounds like it, eh? What a fucker. We're gonna be taking it with us. So that I can, tear it apart. Harvest it for goods. I wonder if this wouldn't be a easy wolf kill. I was gonna say, I bet he bugs out. That works. I don't actually want to take home a wolf pelt right now. On the way back, I wouldn't mind. We don't have a recipe for it. And wolf meat itself is pretty risky. So I believe you always have, you know, don't quote me on this, but this is what I remember. Oh, a corpse. Let's go check it out. I believe you always have a 1% chance when eating wolf meat to gain parasites. And if you get parasites in this game, the game's not over, but like you're basically. Oh, I saw some crows over here. Yeah, you're basically like shut down for 10 days. For 10 days, you can do little more than lay inside, cook, and if you're lucky, do a little sewing. Which, to anyone that survived a blizzard in the long dark, you know how rough being cooped inside can be. Ah. Oh, it's another one of the prisoners. Cool. Interesting they made it out this far. Nevertheless. I don't necessarily think... It's a really weird looking shadow over there. I don't necessarily think it's worth trying to hunt one of these deer. I mean, I will hunt rabbit anytime I see a rabbit. But deer, A, it's expensive because you have to use precious rifle ammunition. There's not a lot of it. And B, it's difficult. Your character is not a good shot. And the aiming in this game isn't as sort of intuitive as I would say it is in other games. That's not to say I think it's unfair, but it's more so the case that I think it's because you have such a limited chance to do it. You do this, you have a few seconds to take that shot, which is okay. But where am I hitting on this? I don't know what the gun's ranged to. In something like Arma, I know exactly where does this lead? Oh, nice. Back down the fishing area. I know exactly, you know, where I'm ranged, what I'm firing at, and where I'm aiming on an iron sight. The problem is, I don't assume these developers are super hardcore military buffs, so I'm not sure. Am I aiming at the top? Am I aiming so the iron sight covers my target that I want to hit? I don't know. What is it ranged to? I don't know. You know. Got real foggy. Unfortunately, because I don't have access to this information, and the fact you almost never take a shot. I'm just blowing hard to change the way you shoot. I don't know if that affects it in this game. And I assume most games do 100 meters, but I don't know if this game does. Like, do you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to say. You just need to practice a lot. The same with throwing the stone. When you throw the stone, the first time you throw the stone, you don't know where the stone is going. Now, the nice thing is you can keep throwing the stone. Like, it's an infinite resource. And so I think I'm very good at it. I can snipe rabbits with a stone like nobody's goddamn business. But, you know, although they did put in the new mechanic, which threw me up. Because now you can only hold this for... Oh, no, you can't. Oh, right, it just does, like, the fuzzy edges of the screen, which is fine. Oh, hello. I wonder if we're going to encounter another prisoner in the dam, which is something that didn't happen last time.
I could use this.
Last time nothing happened. Oh, these crow feathers? Excellent. I think you can make a bow and arrow eventually, but I've never done it. Yeah, that's what I was saying though, origami. It's just so hard. Oh, is there coal? Yeah, I don't think you use coal in the campaign. Was this smeared blood? Oh, never mind. And that looks interesting. I think that's probably the dam, right? Like the waterfall? The Kacha Dam. A lot of mushrooms here. I don't even see the wolf. But anyway, that's why I don't normally hunt deer. Unless, like, I'm really out of resources. Well, this is a bit of a pickle. We could do a flare. Yeah.
All I can think about is food.
Yeah, we'll fix that soon enough. I could have tried to shoot him. Yeah, I like how he just doesn't give a fuck about it anymore. I don't know, I'll never understand that. But it's okay. I just threw it there because there was some free food I could grab. We do have a sprain risk right now. It's a little risky going up here. Slope. The wolves, I don't think, give a fuck. Yeah, they go up any old amount of terrain. Oh, yeah, we're fucked. Come here, you son of a bitch. Could have gone better for us.
Gotta stop
fire
the
for
bleeding.
trouble? Yeah. Eventually this guy is going to bleed out. So we're going to bank on that. Bleed some cattail stalks.
Something's making me feel tired.
Yeah. It's probably the bleeding. Did you want to hurry up and die, buddy? Maybe? Cannot equip a two-handed weapon while you have a sprained wrist. Reasonable. We'll be back for you. We're just gonna go get some more cattail stalks and eat up. What do we need to do? Well, we're gonna need some bandages here. That's gonna be a problem. We can rip up some of the stuff we have. Like. The only problem with like a wolf attack like that is actually the fact that we're gonna, yeah, we might want to fully eat up here. Just help our mood. Is that they end up damaging your clothes, which is kind of a big deal. Okay. So let's see. We have... Okay, bandage, bandage. Okay. The blood loss is what's going to kill us, if anything else. So let's get some clothes here. About ripping up these pants. One cloth, 30 minutes. We'll probably die.
Need some first aid.
One cloth, 10 minutes. Will do. I think, is it one cloth equals 2 bandage? Hopefully I don't die crafting the bandage. Perfect.
I'm gonna bleed out soon.
We're fine. Bingo. So that's one less problem. The sprained wrist. We're not going to bandage that. And the pain, we're not going to worry about that either.
So tired.
I don't think either of those are going to stop us from doing what we need to do. Just going to inhibit it. What got damaged, by the way? Okay. Looks like my gloves. It's fine. This is risky. We could end up spraining ourselves again. Getting up here. But, again, necessary evil. He should have bled out around here. This is where he was walking. Your eyes open for a little dog corpse. If we didn't luck out, you know, if it's possible. Possibly he's not dead. I think they always do if you take an axe to their fucking head. Yeah, no idea. Could have wandered off any old direction though. I should have kept on him, but we did have to stop the bleeding. That was pretty important. And last we saw he was walking in this direction. Let's track the blood, shall we? He ran down. Oh, is this me though? I think this is me running down around here. Yeah. I don't believe he would have followed me. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is. Those are my bloody tracks. Oh well. I guess he survived. What a fucker. Pain might keep you awake if need be. Yeah, that's good. I mean, we're tired. I am disappointed though. We got attacked by a wolf and we didn't get the benefit of having battered one. But it is possible he didn't die. Anything's possible. Here's the dam, though. Keep our eyes peeled for more wolves. Or wolves. The reason I ate there, normally I run on very little food. Like I usually don't eat until I go to sleep.
Dam. This place has seen better days.
But, I forget what it's called in this game. It's not called your status bar. It's not called your health. Your condition bar. That's what it's called. Your condition bar goes down if any of your needs are not met. Or if there's something else. Like, I believe the sprained wrist will slowly drain my condition. This seems to suggest that's affecting it. I think the sprained wrist though is draining it. The pain, not so much. But it is a little sketchy. Like, if you know like you're going to be losing condition from something, you want to make sure you're not going to be losing it from food, for example. Ooh, that old bedroll. Gives me a lot of cloth. Sure, let's break this down. We're going to go ahead and grab our... This storm lantern, when it runs out of fuel, it runs out of fuel. We have 2 more, and I don't need it, so... It's just kind of nice that we can take it around with us. But now we can make more bandages, and that was sort of the big threat. I don't know if your wounds reopen in this. I don't think so. It's not like Project Zomboid, for example, where you need to redress your wound every 5 fucking seconds. And I like Project Zomboid, don't get me wrong. But, that is something that crops up a lot. I wish, hear me out, I know this is going to sound a little crazy. I wish I could maybe mod the game, or that just naturally you would lose, like lantern oil would be a lot more efficient. Not that I don't appreciate the dark in this game. I do, and I really like the fact that when it's nighttime you want to do nothing. But I love the look of the lantern light. You know what I mean? It's so cool, and I love the sound of just that little, like, gas burning. Breyer House Winter Crew Warning. I think I bugged something out there. Let's go ahead and read this. To Breyer House Winter Teams, read Carter Dam Reminder. We know some of you like to hang out in the dam during your breaks and off hours, but the whole facility is a no-go. Place is falling apart and unsafe to enter, especially the lower dam. Need another reason? Our insurance won't kick in if you hurt yourself in there. Be on your own. Thank you. Is it more dangerous out at night in those winter? Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because you can't see jack shit. We could sleep in this bed here.
Kind of thirsty.
There's... Okay, we got tons of cloth in here if need be. The game just lagged a titch. A little. Nice, we found some sody pop. I was gonna say, we're gonna have to start a fire. To boil some water. But if we find a pop, which doesn't actually really hydrate you, we could just sleep now. Which I think is a good idea. Let's do that. Oh, I have a little bit of water. Not a lot, but maybe enough to get us going. That, on the other hand, works. Get a full 8-hour sleep here. Excellent. So you can see, we actually ran out of water in the night, so our condition hasn't healed back to full. So we're thirsty as all fuck right now. We're gonna see if we can't find some water outside. Otherwise, we'll just boil some snow. Which I have some water purification tablets, so we can make that real quick. I just don't really want to try and make a fire right now. But like, if we have to, we have to, right? Better safe than sorry. That owl, eh? Why does this seem like I'm gonna get hit by a 2x4 in the back of the head? Oh, fuck!
Holy shit.
Oh, he's fucking huge. Oh, Jesus. He's fucking mad, too. I feel like the bear could have definitely ripped that gate back open. Why do I not remember the bear being that big? Or having giant arrows sticking out of it?
Unfinished business with the bear, he said.
So I'm fucking freezing now playing this game. It's your own damn fault you went outside. Yeah, I know. But I think it's to suggest my character passed out or something for a hot minute. Yes, he did, because I have a hypothermia risk now. That's kind of cool.
So cold.
Don't worry, we'll get inside soon. It's a fucking bear! Yeah, that was a huge bear. And last time I kind of remember it just looking like a brown bear, you know? Just like a generic brown bear. What kind of bear
Tongue
is...
feels like sandpaper.
Yeah, we're fine. What kind of bears can climb trees again? Is it black bears? 'Cause I think only one kind of bear can climb a tree.
Hello? Anyone here?
Hello?
This place looks like it's been empty for a while.
Well, I don't really know where you're getting that idea from, but it certainly doesn't look currently lived in. Yeah, a lot of toques around. Like some of your American waters, please.
This stuff will come in handy.
A new down vest. I think my stuff's better. Yeah, these are pretty beastly. Oh fuck, a blizzard started. Perfect time to come and see another storm lantern. Much better quality. We're gonna burn through this one and then painkiller's nice. We'll look into the other one there. Great Bear history. Please don't be that long. Oh, fuck off. We'll read this later. Not that I mind, but some of these are really long. I do like getting in the history and the lore games, though. So, but we'll do that when we're not worried about our water situation. We could drink a cold cup of your coffee. I'm saying.
Seems like the quakes did some damage here. Must be what the old guy meant about unstable.
Accelerant, hell yeah. We can drink that if we really need to. Broken light metal fix. Why are you telling me about crouching right now? I don't like the fact the game was all of a sudden like, hey, if you crouch, you're less like noticeable to wildlife. Like, now is not the time you tell me that, game. 'Cause that makes me feel a little sketchy, you know? So we're looking for anything water related. I don't remember a basin in this place, and that gave me some sketchy feels.
What have we here?
Air shells? Control room door. I need to turn power on for this, I imagine. Oh, no, that's fine. Sorry. That is my fault, though. I should have set the lantern down. But I'm looking for somewhere I can start a fire inside. Ideally. Old mitten? We'll read this later as well. I have no doubt that's actually kind of important, but really no one left a pop in their drawer? Come on. Stop. Maybe an old bottle of water? Oh my god. What? Yeah, that's nice. So it's funny you mentioned this building is kind of a great base.
I better take this
Except
food.
in the long dark, like a great base. Oh, is that? I thought I saw a crowbar. Got me excited, game. A great base is actually somewhere that has a bed, because you can rest under the covers and stay warm for longer, which is nice. And then B, the most important part, well, like, you know, like storage. Lots of storage is good. But even more important maybe than all that is somewhere close to stuff, or very, at least very central, right? There we go. So now we're not dying of dehydration. And you can see Carter Hydro Dam's kind of nowhere near stuff. This is our current base, which... Oh, sorry, this is our current base, which is actually terrible, but it always has a fire on in the campaign, at least for now. So that's, I mean, that's useful. And this is an area down here, so this is a little more useful. And I don't think we can go this way through the tunnel, at least in this episode. That might be where we head
Could end
next.
up being useful.
Foodie. And I can break that down for cloth, but you only need as much cloth as you need, and right now we don't need a ton of it. Although I should probably make some more bandages while we're here, because we've been burning through that. Especially if they work on sprains now, we should have some. Not have a pry bar. Toilet water. Bingo. This might put us overweight. Didn't. How are we doing? Ah, just about, yeah. Trash can letter. I'm so pissed off at you, presumably. You told me the forest talkers were legit and that we'd be doing good work out here. All I've seen is a ragtag bunch of dummies who are disorganized and have no plan. It's way too cold to be out here this time of year. And the wildlife, I mean, you can tell me there'd be actual wolves out here. This is crazy. You can hear them outside at night howling. It makes me crazy. What are you even doing out here? Looks like Great Bear was hit hard by the quakes, but man, I had no idea it was so stuck in the dark ages. You owe big time for bringing those supplies. And if the weather doesn't warm up soon, I'm out of here. You'll not be seeing me again anytime soon.
What the?
I don't think the weather warmed up. What the fuck is it? Like monkey picture? I like that. Bill, Jackson's seen some wolves around the area, and last week Emily said she thought she saw a bear skulking around the camp. I'm not convinced it isn't those Breer House thugs trying to scare us off, but just in case, keep this flare gun handy. It's the closest thing we have to a firearm. You have to take out of the box for it to work. Just, you know, heads up. Delicious. Toilet water truly is the best. Well, I think we left our flare off. We left our flare gun at home, actually. So I'll take another one. We go downstairs first? I guess, eh? Let's check it out. I don't remember the downstairs part. They did say the lower levels were super compromised. So I assume we just can't go through here.
This'll come in handy.
Some rifle. Okay, this guy had a bunch of rifle cartridges. Kind of questionable, because he's probably another one of these forest talkers, right? It's like, oh, the closest thing we have a firearm is this, R.I.P. It's this flare gun, but somebody had something. Yeah, there weren't that many dead bodies originally in the campaign. But I think they're just trying to, like, hype up the fact that there was this calamity and everyone is dead. I remember this staircase. Pallets, reclaimed wood. Yes, that's excellent. We are actually going to need some reclaimed wood to make our snare traps. But we also don't know where to find rabbits, so it doesn't matter too much. We might take some on the way out of here, though.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yeah, I think they're all dead. It's funny how you can burn, like, everything in this game. Like, well, case in point, I was gonna say, you can even burn, like, fucking stacks of papers. And, You hear your character rustling around through stacks of papers. It's like, yeah, nothing worth taking. You're like, I mean, because I can pick up just like stacks of papers. I don't mind it though. It's a nice little.
I can always use more food.
Penmanship of this note suggests the author was in a hurry. I left it in the cave. Head back out from the dam. Follow the river. Look for a cave near a clearing with the hunter's blind. Okay. I mean, we know where the big tower is, but I
Aid
don't...
station. That sounds like what the trapper needs.
Yeah. I don't think it's a hunter's blind, though. The, this guy here. Oh, it's the camp office. Oh! There's a hunter blind near the lake. But not the big lake. There is a hunter blind... here somewhere. We've been to that one. We'll have to check. Might be a cave nearby there.
I could use this.
A tin of coffee. We're getting really low on fuel. Which is fine. Of course, we need to find the aid station medical locker key. I don't think the sports fest is going to be too useful.
That'll come in handy.
We'll probably play for like another... Oops, didn't even take that book. We can burn it though. Probably play for like another like 20 minutes or something.
Must be something we can use to fix the shortwave.
Yes! I love the pry bar. Radio parts, eh? I feel like those are also parts to make a radio, but fuck it, right? Who needs that?
Something's gotta go.
I mean, there's a radio right there. Put that guy over there. Some ambient lighting. I like the fact you can just set it down and go looking at stuff. Oh, nice. We did have the key for this. I think this is the one we found in the, Actually, I don't know. On this key. I thought it might have been the one we found outside.
I'll be hungry later.
It turns out people are hungry all the time. There will always be a later when you're hungry. Oh yeah, rifle ammo. Alright, kid. Decent light shell. I do think we have a really good setup for clothes, so I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm not sure what I expect to find in these, but... Oops. Yeah, I do want the herbal tea, actually, sorry. Like I said, yeah, I'll probably go for like another, like, maybe 20 minutes, if that. It's not that I don't want to play more, it's just I do have to be up super early, sorry. But tomorrow, we'll try and get on early and do a chunk of stuff. Elevator maintenance note. Carter Hydro Dam maintenance ticket. The elevator's acting up again. We've checked the mechanicals and they seem fine. Must be something glitchy in the electrical system. Keep an eye on it. It's really the only way to the turbine room. If the elevator gets stuck, it'll be a long walk before you get back to the control room. Don't mind. A safe, eh? Forget, am I allowed to do safe cracking? Yes. Go this way first, I think. $36.
think I can use this.
Oh, fuck yeah, I can use that. We have now for ammo, yeah. Got 10 shots in the rifle and 29 extra. That's what I'm talking about. That's enough to take a few wolves out. And like I said, we don't have a recipe for wolf anything right now. Although we do have stuff for deers. We might want to hunt a few deer. Stockpile up on a little bit of food. But it's more the case of, like, we're going to have to spend, like, is it 7 days for deer or is it longer? 10?
What have we here?
It's a long time. It takes forever to cure their hides. Carter. Oh, it doesn't weigh anything. Nice. Dusty case holding medical supplies for Carter Hydro, a first aid station.
Industrial strength antibiotics and very strong painkillers. Dangerous. You can get hooked on this stuff. Let's hope we don't need it.
Are we talking about from experience here, pal? Hopefully not. Sounds shitty out too, so I'd rather not go out in the blizzard. What we may do is get down to the bottom. Oh, it sounds awful out here. And yeah, there's no stove here. This place is kind of shit. Grab a new storm lantern. Cry. And maybe we'll read those new journal entries. Yeah, we'll read these two. And we'll probably call it at that point. Again, sorry. I would like to stay on longer, but I do have to be up super early tomorrow. In the 1960s, a small hydroelectric dam was built on the Carter River. The project was engineered and financed by industrial magnate Richard Carter. You know about that? Who intended to use the power from the dam to sustain a small town, planned to build for growing workforce across his mining empire. Unfortunately, a combination of setbacks due to seismic activity, which resulted in several deaths and forced the shutdown of one of his mines, and a drop in the price of coal and copper in the late 1960s bankrupted Carter, who abandoned the nearly completed project. In the 1980s, there were multiple attempts to modernize Carter Dam and bring it back online. But then changes to the local climate and the hydrodynamics of the Mystery Lake area, as well as external public pressure in support of the newly minted Mystery Lake Provincial Park, resulted in Carter Dam being shut down for good in the late 1990s. Labor disputes and early eco-activism by a small group of environmentalists, billing themselves the Forest Talkers, resulted in the sudden closure of the dam, primarily for the employees' safety. A skeleton crew of maintenance workers were actually trapped in the dam for days until mediators could extract them. No violence was reported, but the event served to galvanize the Forest Talkers, who felt their success in keeping Carter Dam shut down validated their continued work to protect Great Bear's further development and exploitation. Okay. I'm sure this comes as no surprise to you, but ever since seismic activity on the island has become such an issue, it's been almost impossible to run Carter Dam profitably. Besides that, the recent eco-activism, or let's call it what it is, terrorism, has introduced new risks that have brought plant and worker safety into question. Therefore, I'm sad to report that after all these years of trying to modernize Carter Dam and after the failed attempts of its original creator, the eponymous Richard Carter, it's time for me to also admit defeat, as he did those decades ago. No ambition of mine justifies putting your lives in danger. All workers will be transported out as soon as we can guarantee your safety. In the meantime, please keep an eye out for any suspicious activity in or around the dam. The so-called Forest Talkers are still active in the area. Thank you for your dedication to the cause. Yours truly, Robert Clark, CEO of Carter Hydro Energy. Oh, hey, Foxy! You have the best timing and the worst timing. I'm glad I got to say hi to you tonight. But I am taking off. We've just explored the dam. There's a blizzard outside. We had a bad run-in with a wolf. And we are off. Oh. We could go looking for this. on the way back. This is wolf territory, though. It's pretty sketchy. But we do have the flare gun. But tomorrow when we get in, just got home. Holy shit, what a day. You have to tell me about that on Discord. But either way, yeah, we're going to head down. We'll probably try and check this one out. I never managed to find this in the original playthrough. Maybe it's easier to find
so
the
hungry in my
redone
life.
one. Then we'll head back and we'll deliver the medical supplies to our good friend. Well, you know, to David Hayter anyway. He's not really our friend yet. He probably may never be. He seems a little wacko, but he does know stuff we don't. Either way, take it easy, folks, and I'll see you tomorrow.